maybe
そうだ
curiosity. Yeah.
な。出る杭は打たれるね。本当にみんな好きなんだけど、even standing out in a good way can be kind of bad in Japan. Yeah, I think that's kind of a good point because probably some portion of people might feel that way. Like that itself, like that thing, like standing out is like annoys them, some portion of people. That's why, like, some people really do want it, be stand out. Like, that some people really don't want stand out. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you really don't want to be this derukui. They don't want to be derukui. Because they stand out means get humbled. Done.
かわいい。
そうだね。
そうなの。
And do you think even though you told me it's in a way good. I mean, I'm not sure if it's good culture or not. Like what do you mean, like your story about Koko? I was not sure.
It depends. For example, if a student stands out for his ability to like, for example, in where I studied, if a student was like made the professor laugh or something like that, or yeah, just was in good terms with the professor, that student could like was like it was good. It was a good thing, and the professor would even sometimes not
Get
would
mad?
even give that student like advantages in tests or something like that, just because that student's attitude stood out to him.
But
But hi,
the professor appreciate that kind of student's behavior as good.
yes, is this if the student says
Oh.
something that's funny or something that the professor
Okay.
likes,
I mean,
yeah,
they no. It means like professor or teacher, like valued that like proactive participation in the classroom.
not
No,
necessarily.
not
No,
necessary. Even if it's just a joke around and deviate the main topic, but still,
yes,
if
yes,
like
it
the
happens.
make the classroom more friendlier, then they would value.
Yeah. Yes.
ああ、そうなんだ。面白い。そうなんだ。OK。みんないろんな意見を教えてくれてありがとう。まず、ちょっと待って。curiosity killed the cat っていう、curiosity killed the cat っていうのがあるんだね。これはイギリスかな、私聞いたことないけど。はい。もし、コレクティブアクションが、if it's really not like morally wrong, what would happen? ルイさんのね、コメント。What if they are doing something collectively wrong? Okay, that's my point. So, if you just see who's too much like sticked out and who stands out, then there's no good or bad, right? If like it's only like who stands out. So what's the degree, what's the level, what's the direction they stand up, they don't tell, right? So it's not good because this way of thinking is always valued, like majority's choice are right, and that sometimes goes wrong. Yes, like bullying or any other stuff can be possible if just someone manipulate the collective behavior or reaction, and people might easily get directed to the wrong direction. So, and this kind of idea discourages people to think individually, right? Because only you need to do is actually read the situation and follow the majority of opinion. And then it doesn't grow each individual's opinion itself. They stop thinking. They just observe. And because you don't need to stand up. You just have to follow the mainstream idea. It's completely like a different activity for people. But actually, that might be something like Japanese people are good at, because of this, the culture school system.
Okay.
Yeah, so collective thinking necessarily is not always bad, but this kind of idea, like individual unique opinion, is like always, if you always hammer that down, that kind of idea, then we cannot be unique, we cannot be like innovative, we cannot be creative, right? Because creative kind of opposite are here after all, because creative cannot be majority of opinions. If a majority of opinions, then it's not creative, right? Yeah.
Yeah, or you can only create one thing and forget about a lot of other things.
Yeah. So for innovation, this is really, really harmful in the end. That's
Yeah,
what I
it's really
think.
needed.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yep.
I don't know if this kind of probe, boast in the classroom, hey, this is old proverbs that Japanese people are, keep believing in or relying on, then it's hard to, refuse. It's all the one, 郷にいれば
So,
郷に従え. We discussed before.
could you
What?
give us an example?
What kind of example, for example?
Like,
This,
could you give us an example of somebody standing out in Japan and probably being hammered down? Like a
yeah,
popular.
if someone gives it like a very, very unique idea, and they, majority of people giving that person, hey, please quiet, be quiet, we are not asking your opinions, that kind of like reaction easily they can get. That's exactly the hammer down. And
Okay.
that like small action in the classroom, like gives like each individuals the idea, oh, actually I shouldn't give any like individual unique idea, rather just see the like how the things goes, how the majority of people think. That's that's much important to survive in this environment, to survive, settle in this society. That's people like subconsciously learn, and it contributes each individual's character, right? That's why,
Mm,
yeah. So,
interesting. Interesting.
yeah, I'm really thank you for today, everybody, that sharing your opinion, and I and Armando-san, I'm not sure how much I can follow you guys all comments, but I'm really appreciate you guys all
Ah,
comments.
yes, a lot of
Thank you,
comments.
thank you so much. Yeah, and yeah, Kotowaza is kind of notorious to me that because of this, 5にいれば5に従え or 出る杭は打たれる You have to go outside of the country and see how this is notorious. Otherwise, you just, genuinely, you are educated with these proverbs and you believe this is true or this is right. And you easily, like, place your child or your community that, hey, we are this kind of people, we believe this, and why you do this? Easily, like, they'll be used for, like, blame somebody. So, yeah, I
It's a
think.
complex topic, definitely. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
depends how you see it.
Yeah, even like it's same like Nika-san said, like オフィスの人が青い
Mm.
髪をしたらどうですか That's exactly 出る杭は打たれるです。Definitely, really good example.
What?
Yes. You'll be surprised. This is so crazy. Yeah, you cannot, if you do that, 髪の毛を青くします。
We're not in high
You
school.
stand out to like crazily. Like,
Even if you are like gaikokujin,
I mean, yeah, because it's not natural color. As long as it's not
young people do
natural.
this. Like 40, 30-year-old people still do this, like still think like this, or it's only all elderly people.
I mean, what do you mean? 40 years old people can dye their hair?
No. I mean like 40 and 30-year-old people like still have this mentality, or
Yes,
this is only
yes,
for
yes,
all.
yes, 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 yes. Okay, I'm telling you, this proverb is so strong, and it's not only this proverbs, but this is just a piece of example how they are educated in one society. Yeah. So this is not, of course, only the example. This is just a piece of very tiny piece, and that's kind of
So
idea.
this is still like this. It's still
Yeah,
like this
like
today. Okay.
create, form, like mold people's characteristic. You feel you are individual and you are like single one Homo sapiens, but you are not because you cannot separate yourself from your culture. Your culture built you. That's why.
That sounds so bad. No.
That's
No.
why even now, if nowadays 2020s, if you dye your hair, if you are officer in the 会社員 you definitely stands out and you're gonna be like this 出る杭は打たれる it's really valid it's really like it's really
I see. It's worrisome, but on the other side, from my perspective and where I live from, I mean, yes, of course, having an individual thing individually and being respected for it, and just like being free, it sounds like a great thing, and it can be, of course, but it is not necessarily going to be like a good thing. Things can get very disorganized in society, and
yeah I
yeah, I
know
mean,
yeah of course society
kind of
needs some
balance.
like you know that like a road or something like some certain regulation, right? Otherwise, like
There
all
is a
around, all of the map, like what is happening? Who direct people? Yeah,
That's what
no
happens here. Exactly.
instruction.
That's the
Yeah,
problem here. People are
right.
always like too all over the place. And there is
Mm,
actually a Japanese Colombian guy
mm.
that he speaks about this. Like Japanese people need to be a little bit more like
Listen.
open and loosen, yeah, and then yes, not too strict with themselves and
Yeah. Yeah.
and that people here in
Mm-hmm.
Colombia
Yeah.
they are the opposite. They need to be like
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
more Japanese per se,
Uh-huh.
per se, a
Yeah,
little
I
bit.
think, yeah, of course, definitely. It is much
It's just tendency.
probably harder job to like give people education because in Japanese society, like values, virtue are already being made so long years, like 1,000, 13,000 or like that. That's why we cannot fight. But if like 2020 somebody all in sudden said, hey, we do this role like in education, lots of people probably refuse or deny or confront, and you cannot make any consensus, right? Yeah, so
Mm,
mm,
it's hard to, yeah.
yeah, how to start, how to begin. But on the other hand, Japan, if people goes more abroad and see what's the problem and what's a good point at the same time, they might be able to separate good part and bad part. So they might have advantage, right? But anyway, if they don't see outside of the country, there's I don't expect any improvement. They
Mm,
have, they need more perspective, definitely. And it's not like somebody, like, I don't know, like somebody who lived abroad, one person can tell and teach. Not like that. You have to feel experience and you have to sometimes get anger and sometimes you feel really like upset. Then you going back home and then tell people change, policy or, make some change. そうそう。隣の芝は青いね。Okay, thank you so much everybody. It was really interesting discussion. Thank you, アルマンドさん。頑張ったね、今日もね。
ありがとうございました。And thank you very much. It was so fun today, really. I enjoyed it a lot.
いつもそう言ってくれてありがとう。はい、
So,
というわけで今日はここまで。今日もジャパニーズプロバーブ楽しい時間になりました。次のストリーミングはいつですか？ I'm not sure next streaming is if it's Wednesday too. I think we change the time. So please check out our next schedule. I'll update our next schedule shortly.
yeah.
はい、じゃあ皆さんありがとう。またね。さようなら。
さよなら。
ありがとう。
ありがとうございます。Thanks.